To the pregnant women downing Tylenol right now as a spite to Trump and RFK, I really highly urge you to do any lick of research, because if you did, you would know that Tylenol has been involved in billions and billions of dollars worth of lawsuits since just the 90s for fetal abnormality, liver failure, neurological deficits in the unborn child. Did you know that according to the National Institute of Health, over 50% of annual liver failures have a direct link to Tylenol? Did you also know that over 20% of liver transplants every single year have a direct link to Tylenol as well? No, probably not, because again, there are a lot of things your doctors do not tell you, and way too many lawsuits have been targeted at J&J for this very reason. Trump did not say, if you take Tylenol, you're gonna give your baby autism. He didn't say, stop taking Tylenol. He didn't say, we're taking Tylenol off the shelf. He said verbatim, you have the choice to take whatever you want, just do it with your doctor and be cautious. And that angers some of you so much that even with scientific evidence from over 10 reputable medical universities, some of the best in the world, and our own health institutes also citing data as to how Tylenol has historically been incredibly dangerous and that J&J has failed to disclose these issues, you will still call Trump incompetent and wrong. No, you shouldn't take medical advice from anyone that doesn't have a medical degree or isn't a scientist or isn't a researcher. But there might be a reason that all of these reputable institutions have not only done these studies for numerous decades now, but have also had specific findings. There's also a reason that Tylenol is one of the most common poisonings in our country every single year, because even under doctor's advice and even
making broad claims.
Yes, Obama is receiving backlash on social media. When you take a look at this, Barack Hussein Obama is now running cover for Big Pharma. The claims about prenatal Tylenol consumptions and autism are not false. They have been backed up by many scientific studies, including studies conducted by this and Harvard. You should not take Tylenol if you are pregnant, and you should not take Tylenol when you are breastfeeding. Obama sent this out. We have people in power making broad claims around certain and autism that have been continuously disproven. The degree to which this comment can undermine public health, do harm to women who are pregnant, create anxiety for parents who do not have children who are. This is what Obama sent out. A lot of people on the comment sections are pouring in different messages. You know, for some days now, Obama is just there to oppose anything Trump is saying. This is the fourth video I'm doing about him. I posted this video a few hours ago for people who never saw that. I'm replaying it so you can see exactly.
Yesterday was an all-timer. Trump, Bobby Brainworm, and Dr. Roz strongly recommend that pregnant women stop taking Tylenol immediately, and the president was very persuasive making his case. This is Tylenol we're talking about. The thing that you take when they won't let you take anything that works. It's never, they gave me Tylenol. It's always, only gave me was Tylenol.
Why are pregnant liberal women taking Tylenol to prove a point? Probably because they're also taking other medications just to not lose their mind all the way. And that Tylenol is the least of their concern. For a lot of women who are on antipsychotics, and why am I bringing this up? Because mental illness is a big issue on the left. It's a very big issue. You can look up multiple research studies. Leftists are more likely to have mental health issues than people on the right. This is documented. You can also go look up what is the advice from doctors for women who are on antipsychotics as far as if they should stop taking those when they are pregnant. The advice is for them not to stop taking it because the risk of them losing their mind is greater than whatever risk that baby's going to have as a result of the parent being on antipsychotics. So these women probably could care less about taking something as simple as a Tylenol when they're on like heavy, really serious medications that they're taking every day just so they don't unalive themselves, unalive somebody else, or become so incredibly psychotic that they don't know what reality is. And that doesn't mean that they really know what reality is, even with the medication. They're just in a manageable range. So I think that, like I said, guys, you all keep assuming that you're observing normal people, and you're not. These are not normal people. And I am not being judgmental towards anybody with mental health issues, but the loud left who's battling mental health issues and trying to make it seem like they are the normal majority, that bothers me to no end. They are not normal. They are not in a good place. These are not people to look to and be like, oh my God, why would they do that? Because they're not in a good place. They're not sound. They're not of sound mind. And like I said, they're willing to take that Tylenol because they know they're taking a ton of other stuff.
Let's think about what's happening. Trump says there are concerns about Tylenol, like pregnant women shouldn't be taking it or whatever. There are multiple ways that you can take what's been said. But to keep it simple, at the end of the day, he said, don't take Tylenol. And he is saying that out of an abundance of caution for mothers and their children. So he's saying that to make people's lives better, to possibly have less issues with autism. Now, whether he's right or wrong is debatable. There's science that goes both ways on that. But what he's saying isn't even political. This is more about how do we keep people more healthy? How do we decrease autism rates? And you have women that are coming out here pregnant, taking Tylenol just to spite Trump. They're not thinking, well, what if he's right? Let me act out of abundance of caution and maybe try to avoid taking this while I'm pregnant.
There is something going on. I don't know if you are aware. I have a couple of videos I'm about to show you. When you take a look at this, the viral trend of pregnant Libras filming themselves taking Tylenol as a defiant protest against President Trump, unsubstantiated claims linking the painkiller to autism risks amplifies a dangerous fusion of a political tribalism and medical recklessness that endanger vulnerable lives for the sake of performative defiance. While Trump's assertion contradicts established science, major medical organizations like the American College, I don't want to proceed reading these. I'm more concerned with what Libras are doing. And there is one lady that is in oxygen right now. After taking this, she is pregnant, thinking it was a good idea to take more to show Trump that, oh, we will continue to do that. At the end of the day, who is losing? It is insane.
We need to have a serious talk, and this isn't going to be one of my funny videos because I don't think this shit is funny at all anymore, and you people need to cut it out. Cut it out. I just watched a video from Nicole Sorrento on her Instagram about a husband who contacted her at 4 a.m. this morning. Do you know why? Because his wife, pregnant wife, who's 23 to 25 weeks pregnant, wanted to prove that Tylenol doesn't cause autism. Guess where she is? She's in a hospital on a ventilator with liver failure, and they said she's not going to survive. Okay? I'm angry. I'm so angry for someone to be that selfish towards their unborn child. And how stupid. Every single one of you who support this, you think it's funny, you're making videos. There's nothing cute, funny. This is dangerous. This is dangerous. I mean, to think that this is where we've gotten to, right? As a country, to think that people hate a man so much, not because they really have anything to hate him for, but because they're programmed to believe.
How can you have TDS and you allow it to accumulate to this level? Because this is not normal, right? You're doing something, like I said on one of my videos, there is nothing Trump would do that these people will appreciate. They would never appreciate anything Trump does. I mean, even Trump struggled to survive someone falling on the street, people should criticize, like, why did you jerk him like that? That has always been the thing. I understand, these are human beings. But sometimes we need to keep things away. If you don't take what Trump is saying, listen to medical advice. But I don't believe there is any medical doctor that will advise you as a pregnant lady to go, just take it without medical advice and put up things like that, without control. They will always give you good advice on what to do. So please be on the safe side. Don't fall into all this.
And then it got really crazy. There's apparently pregnant women on the internet bragging about taking Tylenol. You can see her.
The guy that was saying that you have to be like Neo for the Matrix now, you're calling him like, we have all the same people.
Thank you guys for always been there sharing on my videos. God bless you abundantly.
With all due respect to former President Obama,
is blatant censorship.
Because he says he has a team of fact checkers.
The FCC.
I want them to stop fooling around with my right to say what I feel.
Well, Americans, it's a part of who we are.
Because that is really something that didn't happen before.
Did anybody else watch The View? Because I think there's some drama, or at the very least, some tea in and ready for Joy, Sunny, Anna, and Whoopi to give their perspectives on what happened to Jimmy. And guess what? They said nothing.
I'm going to say one.
Look, there are certain rules of free speech that we must all abide by. But in case anyone needs a refresher, we're going to go over the rules again.
He does not have a right to have a television show where he lies his ass off to the American people.
Well, there are repercussions to spreading lies.
Somebody to get up there, not give a...
And I don't know if you saw this on Sunday. The President of the United States made it very clear he wants to see me, Tucker's ever